The first thing people do when they're trying to analyze data is people tend to want to find pictures of data to better understand how a study has been conducted. So as the title states, sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. Many researchers will provide this data because it's easier for people to understand what it is that they're talking about with visual representations. And we're going to look at a number of different types of visual representations as we go through this. The most common one that you'll come across at the beginning of a study is something like this. And basically it's just descriptive information about a particular study. So I'm going to jump ahead one slide to this. And what it is I want you to look at is there's two ways of presenting information here. What are they, and what two types of percentages are represented? So basically the two things that we have is the frequency and different types of percentages. This is a study about something that has to do with age categories. So coming down the left-hand side, we have 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 22, 23, and with this age category 23, they're calling that anybody 23 to 24 years old. And 24 is anybody that's 25 and older. So by looking at that, we can tell, for example, how many 18-year-olds that we have and what percentage of our entire population those 18-year-olds represent. So for example, we have 213 18-year-olds, and that represents 17% of our entire sample. We have 19-year-olds, and of those we have 302, and that represents 25%. The other thing that you'll notice is this cumulative percentage. And what it's doing is it's taking this number and adding it to this one. So for example, 25% plus the other 17. Well, these two categories make up 42.8% of the entire. For the 20-year-olds, there's 226 of those. It's 18% of our sample. But those three categories together represent 62%. So you can see as you work your way down with this, you can figure out how many of each group that you have, what percentage it represents by itself, and how much more it has for the total population. This other one, this valid percent, has to do with a program called SPSS. That's where this data comes from. And it has to do with sometimes you'll have data that is good, sometimes it's bad. The valid basically is talking about data that is useful, that is okay to use. The other thing to notice here is you've got one person that's 99 years old. Well, more than likely, no, that's not what happened. What happened is that somebody filled out the age category and they decided to not do it the way they're supposed to be doing it. So you've got one person there. Okay, that kind of takes care of this part of the descriptive information. So I'm going to stop this video and we'll go to the next one.